Your reaction when you saw that you were part of the cover of Sports Illustrated this week?
Well, I was a Sports Illustrated junkie as a kid. I couldn't have ever imagined that I would be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, so I was pretty flattered. But as my son told me yesterday, I'll bet you never thought you'd be on the cover of Sports Illustrated with Roger Goodell and the owner of the Jaguars, and who else was on there? I can't remember who I was next to, but it was kind of surreal, when somebody sent me an email with a photo of the cover. It's like, wow, this is kind of cool. But then my immediate reaction was, where the hell is Kaepernick? I mean, he's the reason for this whole social movement in sports, and he wasn't on the cover. I was confused by that.
And you had Steph Curry there, Commissioner Goodell, Aaron Rodgers on there, Shad Khan, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Is that the first time you've been on the cover of SI?
I think I was on one time when I was in college, like one of those, tiny little photos in the upper left corner. But, I may have put it up on my wall. I'm not sure.
The president's response to Steph, your reaction when you guys were disinvited to the White House was what?
Well, we were never invited in the first place, technically. I know there were some discussions behind the scenes.
But you were disinvited.
I think we were disinvited before we were invited. None of it surprised me. None of it surprised me. This is kind of par for the course. Obviously a lot of us have been outspoken about Trump and on our team, myself included. So it didn't really surprise me.
Do you have Republicans on the roster?
I don't know. I've never asked any of our players their political party. I do remember about 20 years ago when I was with the Spurs. It was great. Pop used to divide shooting groups based on just like random questions. It'd be like, if you're anybody who is a Steelers fan or whatever, go down that way, and everybody who's a fan of the Cowboys down this. He would do stuff like that all the time just to keep us entertained. And I remember one time he said, all right, all Republicans down there and all Democrats down at this end, we're going to do two-team shooting. And it was like a 12-3 type thing. So there weren't a lot of Republicans on that team, but there were a few. But I never asked that question. And to be perfectly honest, I have a really hard time that this is portrayed as a partisan political issue. To me, this has nothing to do with Democrat, Republican. It just has to do with humanity. It has to do with dignity and words and actions. It doesn't matter what party somebody is affiliated to. It's just about respect and how you treat people.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.